think it's sliced bread. I worked on it with Alex, and I sort of AI, because it's a lightning talk. I made these slides with AI. The other ones, all my other slides are actually handmade. No AI can pick the memes like I do. But it's like an unconference, and I just wanted to present this project. Okay, so it's Geek by Nix. Geeks by Nix. Stealing an entire distro's bootstrap. So if you haven't heard about the project, we did a side project where we converted Geeks derivations to Nix just for the lulz. And I think DEF CON has a lot of like lulz like attitude. So that's what this is about. You do not need to port a Geeks package to build it with Nix. You only need to set it. I guess that's some AI joke. Okay. The content's actually mostly pretty good because I took it from my blogs. So it's like actually not AI. So the thing that blew my mind is like we sell Nix as a hermetic closure, reproducible. The mathematics guy in me says any other tool that promises me the same thing, there is a transformation from my tool to their tool and back. Otherwise, it's a leaky abstraction and it's a lie. There's other tools out there, like I use a lot SPAC. It's a high performance computing Nix-like tool. And I just use Buck and Basil. Geeks felt like the closest to Nix, so I wanted to do it. Turns out, and we'll see in the next slide, Geeks is actually Nix. It was just forked off Nix, so it actually makes this whole thing a little easier in a weird uncanny valley way. Okay, so a derivation is not a Nix thing. It's a recipe. We kind of use this word all the time. This is what it looks like under the covers. It's this weird A-term format. I'm sure there's some historic record why Yoko invented that. The Nix and Geeks daemon, just take this as input and build it. So as long as I produce this thing, you don't have to use a Nix evaluator. You don't have to use the Nix language. You can do whatever you want. You could write TypeScript, Rust, I don't care. Produce this thing, Nix builds it. It's like 100 lines of code if you want to rewrite it without all the sandboxy fancy stuff. Cool. So turns out Geeks and Nix both say the exact same thing. What is the delta between them two? Because they were forked. There's a store prefix. That's pretty simple. They use the same algorithm because it was forked from each other. They have this weird fetcher that's different. Okay, we've diverged a little bit. We have new built-ins. That's kind of annoying. And looks like we use a new SRI hash format. Theirs uses the old one, which we actually still use anyways. So we wrote a small tool called Geeks Transfer. It's some number of lines of Rust. It walks the DAG and rewrites all of those little strings, also kind of related to my relocatable derivation project, and changes it to GNU store, blanks the output paths, and then I re-add it to the derivation. Why do you blank the output path? Because normally that's how derivations work. They're computed when you add them to the store. So it's like I'm writing brand new derivations, and Nix will figure out the output path for me, and I add them back in. I do this bottom up because you need to know the output path of your most bottom derivation before you add it as a dependency to the next one. And so I add it, figure out the new path, store it in memory, walk the next thing, clear it out, do the sed. The sed's a little bit more intricate than just the GNU store because I said like the fetch URL is different. So there's a few more changes, surprisingly very, very little. Here's me running it on some test, and then I realize it and I can build it and it worked. Okay, the cool thing about this is like there's no bootstrap boundary. Geeks was the forefront of doing the micro small bootstrap seed. So the idea from the 357 byte stage 0. So hypothetically, I had this idea. You could theoretically, and it becomes less theoretical, we'll see, transfer all of Geeks their package set to Nix without any bootstrap. So the bottom of the graph, what do I have here? Yeah, so that's just talking about that. Again, the downside is you got to rebuild everything because I'm changing the output paths. My buddy Alex has a crazy home lab with how many cores? 256. So we set that buzzing and we started rebuilding a lot of Guix packages in Nix. I ran into this one bug. I guess we'll tell you about it. I did post like Nix likes to bind mount in sandbox paths. And one of them has been SH and Guix doesn't. This was a super annoying bug because like some of the Guix builds presumes bin SH isn't present and then took a different path. The fact that we had bin SH took a different path, and so packages would fail in different ways. That was really, really hard to debug and made me kind of feel like, why the F are we binding mounting bin SH? Like we have bash. It's like in the bootstrap, you need bash, and we do all the rewriting of shebangs. Like it, I don't know. I got really annoyed. We also have set UID. We don't allow it. Yeah. So you have to add these two options at the end to make it all work if you want to try it out. So you have to filter syscalls false, and I clear out the option sandbox paths. That makes it identical how to Guix builds. So these must have been things we added. These are things we added after the fork. So this brings us back. Okay, so then I had the tool. Then I created a flake, Guix packages. It pulls in Guix at a particular commit. And I made it look pretty, and it has the packages by name thing that we love in Nix packages now. So you can just pick a package name, hello, whatever, like muzzle, clang, GCC. I kind of restricted it right now, so it's not like the full set. It's about a few hundred. But you can build them. And what's cool is they're Nix derivations, so you can mix and match them. You could have Guix packages hello, you could have packages get. I guess you can override one into the other. Because the raw derivations, they don't have override attributes, so you can't do the overriding of a Guix thing to take Nix, but you could do the other way. It offers some overlays. So if you want to just say, actually take the Guix version because you're a FOSS person and you're using Nix, but you FOSS and you want all the FOSS versions, you can do that. And we built a pretty extensive collection, at least a reasonable one for me to feel confident for you to tell you about this. Alex then took that idea and he built a NixOS equivalent VM. So it's a VM. It looks like NixOS. It rips on the module system, but everything back down to the initRD is custom to work with Guix. And you can boot it, and it has about 100 binaries like top, I don't know, like Vim. It's got a bunch of crap in it. But what's crazy is it's Guix all the way down. Doesn't use systemd. I know people like hate on systemd for whatever reason. There's like other forks trying to abandon systemd. Technically, we did it first, maybe. So we have Nix running with Shepherd as the PID one. So you could, boot this thing up, and I don't know how to use Shepherd, but you can. It's running with Shepherd, and it has a bunch of attestations to prove it's all Guix built. But it's built with Nix. I thought that was pretty funny. Okay, where it actually like feels like it's semi-useful is Guix has the very, very strong stance point where they want everything source built. They need FOSS, which also kind of presumes the source has to be present, which presumes they want to build it from source. Nix packages doesn't have that. That's good and bad, pragmatic. But it would be nice for things they already figured out how to build from source. We can kind of steal. So you can copy over the actual derivations one at a time, or this is a way for you to inject source built stuff into your Nix graph. One that is highlighted is the JDK. So JDK needs the JDK to build itself traditionally, so it's inherently not source buildable. But they figured out some crazy way where they went like 15 years back and found a JDK built in C++ that like the Mozilla Eclipse Foundation built, revived it. There's some links I link afterwards where they talk about their whole graph. Awesome work. But we get it now. So that's great too. So you can go build the JDK, and you can see here how the graph is like, normally Nix packages, it's only 2 because it's the JDK previous and some other thing, and you get it. And now it's 876 bootstrap packages. Yeah, so I think this was a cool project. It kind of is a great testing ground for like if your build system's hermetic. If you come across another build system and you want to run it through the ringer, if it really rubber meets the road, you could write such a tool. And I think that's a worthy effort to prove both systems accurately capture their like closure and all their dependencies. And where it doesn't, like that sandbox paths, you can then curse at the sky and be like, why did we add this like weird pinhole to our seal? Cool. Here's some links. There we go. Yeah. So they're all on GitHub. Quality is what you make of it, but it all works. There is a cachex. Doman granted me like another terabyte, so I did upload at least up to the JDK and maybe the Nix OS VM. If it doesn't work, contribute, fix it. There's probably some bugs, but yeah, thanks. And thank you, Alex.